Hello everyone, this is me Brahmajit Mohapatra and I know that we are too much close to the end-term practical exams and the dates are out and we are left with just one topic and that is Docker and we are going to complete it today only. So where would we get the lab? So just go to the search bar and type Docker and then enter. So this is the lab we are going to work on and now enroll again, start this lab. So while this is opening up, let me show you what we are going to do today. So, so we are going to work on these things, and before, let me tell you this thing. Like, see, if you need to go through the theoretical part, because I may not be covering it today because the time is less, and I need to complete this video within 10 minutes. So for the theory part, just go here. I'm from 11 slide onward, like the module 1. Here you will get all the details about the theory, like from containers to dockers, everything you will get. Okay, so for theory part, just go through the manual. And what we are going to do today is yeah, so we are going to start with the verifying docker, then creating a container, then starting a nginx web proxy, then verifying it, then running an image on the container, then terminating the container, and then at the end how to delete a container. So we are going to do these all tasks today, these 9 tasks in this video, and I will show you how to do it. So let me just full screen it. Oh no, we need to wait. If I can drag this more, yeah, it would be visible now. Cool. And let me just small scale this. But great. So in this, for opening the Docker, we need to open the putty, and you can open the putty from here. So for this lab, the VMware has pre-configured a Docker image on an Ubuntu image called this one, that's CLI VM. Okay, so we need to open this thing. Let's do this only. So this part would be visible, I guess. Yeah, cool. Now it's visible. So go when you will open the putty, then just click on CLI VM, then open. So now we were on Windows and we needed a Ubuntu Linux platform so that we could directly write the code on it and we can directly like conversate, or directly we can convey a message to the hardware directly. So for this we need this putty, and if you are on some Linux or Ubuntu, you can directly open the terminal and you can write the codes. But as we are on Windows, so we need putty, and you can see here that this putty is simply an interface, and it just now we are in Ubuntu. Okay, so our first task was we need to verify the Docker. So how to verify the Docker? For that, first, yeah, yeah. So our first code is this, Control+C. Okay, so this will help us to know that is our Docker is in active state or running, or is the Docker is really available in the platform or not. So just now enter, and you can see here that yeah, the Docker service is Docker application container engine, and it is loaded in this file. Okay, and the active status is yeah, it is active and running, and here you can see the date time. Okay, and now we know that it is active. So what we need to do is we need to start our first container. So we need to first go to back to the main screen. So for that you need to press crtl+C. Okay, so we are back on the main Linux one. Now the next code is, now we need to know the network address. So for that the code is, yeah, IP address show developer ethernet 0. Okay, so now enter, and you can see here that this part this part is your network address for ethernet 0. Note it may be different than the IP address which is showing in my screen, this one, but do remember that it will start from 192 point. Okay, it may be different in your case, maybe it could be 17 or 162.11, anything it could be. So but remember that 192 will be the starting one. Okay, so this is your network address, and you can keep a screenshot or you can just write it down here in a notepad like this, and save it for further future use. So mine is 168.110. So this is the network address of ethernet 0 of mine. So what we need to do next, so what we need to do is, let's check. So we really need to do the running of a docker, but before that let's check the like how to see the current directory of the content or the local directory of this file which we have currently. So for that we need pwd. Okay, so when you will enter, you can see that the current directory, the local directory, all you can see, and also you can write the code ls. So this will show you also the directory. So for checking the current directory and the contents of the local directory, you can use these codes. Okay, also you can know the current directory and the contents of the file system, but it is not that much necessary. It was for information only. So our next task is start our first docker container. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to write this code: docker run at busybox. So yeah, congratulations. We have created the first container. So the command above created a Docker container with Linux busybox application. To start an application inside of a container using Docker, we need to have a container image. The container image acts as a packaging mechanism for distributing an application and includes the application software, operating system files, libraries, and other software required by the application to run. So these are the pre-built container image for application or a base container image upon which you may build your own container image, or you can also distribute the image using registers. So the two main hosted image registry services that exist are, so this one is for information, do note that. So there are two registry service that exist, and they are Docker Hub and Quai.io. Let me spell it out. Okay, wait. Yeah. So they are Docker Hub and second one is Quai.io. IO. So these two are your registry service that exist. Also supporting for host and distributing. Further, I will tell you this. Let me open this one. So yeah, so what we need to do next is now we are inside the container. Okay, so using this you have created a container and now you are within a container. So the next code would be like you need to find the Nic address. Okay, so for that what we need to do is IP address show date ETH 0. Hit then enter. So I guess there is some wait. So yeah, so the one starting with 172, 17 and 2 is the primary NIC of address of Ethernet 0, and you can just copy it out also. Let me write it down in the notepad. You can also just take a screenshot or you can take a note of it. Okay, cool. So once this is done, so what really happened? What we have done till now. So let me explain you once. So see the command, yeah, this command what which we used. Um, where is it? The busybox one. Yeah, this Docker run it busybox told the Docker to run a busybox environment. This is a tiny Linux environment typically used for smaller devices such as routers. If the Docker image for busybox didn't exist in your local host, then it would have been downloaded or it would have shown you error. Okay. Also the it this it flag simplify means that you want an interactive process with the current terminal connected to it. These are the small points, but do take a note of it now because these questions may be asked in the Viva. So now, so this dropped you into a shell box of this. So now we have been into this, and you have noticed that we have been given a different file system. This is because each Docker container comes with its own file system that's completely isolated from the host. You have also noticed that we were connected to a 172.xx. Uh, this one 172 dot it may be different in your case, but in my case is 172.17.0.2/16. It's a network instead of the main network ID which was 192.168. And furthermore, so this is because the Docker creates an ad hoc virtual network for your container so that ports you open in different containers won't interfere with each other. So it's totally isolated. They won't interfere with each other. Okay. So now what we need to do is, uh, yeah. So let's see the next step. Okay, great. So the next step is we are going to start a nginx web proxy. Okay, so for that the code is Yeah. From here you can go back. You need to write exit. Okay, so now we are back to the main console and now control. Yeah. So see, once you run this one, then the next code would be um, I guess it's not working. Let me recheck the code, or we need to write docker yes. Um, okay, yeah, spelling mistake. This currently is not working, but so see, now we have started the Docker one, and now let's verify if this has been started or not. Okay, cool. So yeah, it has been started, and let me tell you how. So see, uh, here we have created. Yeah, cool. So what happened that um, hmm, hmm, okay, yeah, from here. See, using this command now we have now started an nginx web proxy, and then through this command, that is docker ps prep who, we have now see that nginx running and listening on port 3400. Okay, so when we executed the docker run command, we specified port, that is this one, that where is the port value, yeah, 3400. And now when we run this, so you see an html file that is now the printed, and it is in your terminal, and this is the html file. Okay, this one is the html file, head html, and so this shows that we have created and we have been into the nginx. Yeah, thank you for using nginx. So this is a confirmation. Okay, now the next step is, okay, now see, uh mm, oh, so yeah, and here you can see the image that is running in the container, and let me show you where it is. So yeah, you can see that we the running image is nginx.latest. Okay, so this one is the latest one which is running, So this gives you the image running in the container. So the image which is running is nginx, okay, which was the image we have created through web proxy services. Now what we have started, then we have created, then we have verified. Now what we need to do is like we need to stop, okay. So for stopping this, the code is simply docker stop foo. Okay, we have created the foo. Now we need to stop it, okay. So simply, so now this foo has been stopped, and for terminating that is we have used this. And now if we need to delete the whole container named foo, we would simply use this remove command, which is rm. Now the docker has removed the foo command, and this is done. So in Dogger part, they will ask you this thing only, how to create one, how to use the web proxy services, then how to terminate, and how to delete permanently the Docker image file you have created. I will provide you these all things in the section below, and you can just copy down and then run the command. And if you face any problem, then just contact me through the comments, or you can mail me. Thank you.